Hello, this is Crocheting with Kim. This is part 3 of the Shamrock that we're doing the corner to corner crochet with. And we're starting at row 19. And we're going to begin decreasing as we work our work. Now, as you call, with the decreasing part of it, there's two different variations in the way that we can do them. The first one is we can chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. When we flip our work, we can just go up to this post up here and just slip stitch and then continue our blocks as we continue to do our work with the double crochets, meaning the first chain 3 is our first double crochet, and then the next ones are the next 3 are the double crochets that we work into this block. However, my way of doing the decrease, because we're not adding on any more blocks to the rows, so this is where our squaring off will come into play. Now you can chain the 3 if you would like to. That's perfectly fine. That is to your preference and how you like to work it. My preference is to work into each stitch. So we'll slip stitch 1 and 2 and the third one, which is right underneath that post, and then chain 3. Again, it is how you feel comfortable, what your preference is. This is my preference because it gives it a little snug fit and it's a little bit more secure for me, because I do not want those ends to come out, even though I am going to put a little border on it, but still, that is my preference. So there's 2 ways that you can do. You can do the chain 3 and then slip stitch under that post, or you can slip stitch up to that post and then continue to go with your block. Now, when we're going back with this row 19, we're needing 3 white blocks. So I don't know, I try to make it where it's colorful, where you can see where the increases were in blue and the decreases were in red. And we're going to count 1, 2, and 3 because we're on the wrong side of our work. And remember, we signify the right side with the stitch marker, and then the wrong side would be where our working yarn will be on the back side or the wrong side of our work. So as we go, I've already completed my first block, and then we're going to have a second block, which we're going to slip stitch and chain 3, and then we'll have our double crochet, our second double crochet, our third double crochet, and our fourth double crochet. And then we'll work our third one, slip stitch, and we do our chain 3, and then we have our first double crochet, or second, actually our second double crochet, our third double crochet, and then our fourth. Now we're going to look at our diagram again. After we have completed our 3 white blocks, we'll look, and we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 green blocks. So we'll go ahead, and I'm going to put this work over the white yarn over there so we won't get it tangled. I try to work at it. It's no trick, but I just found it what works for me to keep it from getting tangled. I have worked as many as 8 different colors at one time, and I'll show you some of the work that I have done with corner to corner. We'll slip stitch our new color, which is our second color, which is our green, our secondary color. We'll chain our 3, and then we'll have our second double crochet, our third double crochet, and our fourth double crochet. And then we'll go to our next one, and we'll chain 3, our second double crochet, our third double crochet, and our fourth double crochet. So get some more yarn out here. And sometimes I notice with some of my cotton it can get a little fussy at times, and it likes to tangle up on me, but I try to get out as much as I can. So as I continue my work, and this is our third block. Our third block, I'm sorry. It's a third double crochet, and then our fourth double crochet, our third block, and then has been completed. Then we need to do 10 of these. We just want to make sure that we follow the pattern because it can get confusing. I have completed when I first started where I put the wrong side and it didn't quite look right, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta go back and redo this. But this is why I wanted to go step by step so we can work together. It's fun crocheting with others. Although my children laugh at me, and whenever my work gets tangled, they think it's hilarious. But I don't let it stress me out because crocheting is actually very relaxing for me. So we have 6 blocks already. We'll do 7. It's right here. Making sure that we have 4 double crochets. The chain 3 counts as our first double crochet. Let me do that one over. This is number 8. Because I've noticed that this yarn is going to run out, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just kind of work over it as I work. That way I'll try to cut out as much weaving in as I possibly can. I can get it already or have it already weaved in. So I'll work over yarn here. This is my 9th one. And then this is my 10th one. Give it strong support. So we'll make sure that we have our 10. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So once we completed our 10, we will need 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We will need 4 white blocks. And remember, we are decreasing, so we're not adding on any more blocks or making any more rows. We are shaping up our work, so to speak. So this is our first white block. We can always kind of get at a tug right there. And this is our second white block. This is our third white block, and because I'm gonna run out of yarn here, I'm going to go ahead and get me some more white yarn, take it out of the ball or out of the skein. I'm going to make sure I have enough for the left side of my graph, or try to have it enough for my left. So I will just pull out, and I usually do this about 20 times, just wrap it around my finger and do about 20 to 25 times. Go ahead and snip that. I had to get me some better scissors. The other scissors wasn't quite working for me, so we'll go ahead and we'll wrap that around, and we'll just tuck that underneath there with both. Let's do that again. Leave enough of a tail so we can go ahead and weave that in. Once we through with our project, kind of pull this a little bit, wrap that around, and put that on over both strands. And the first one can be kind of tricky, but don't get frustrated. Some will tie it off. We'll tie it together and then work it through. I don't want to do that in the event that I have a knot and it doesn't land quite the way I want it to land, so I like to do it this way. And then we'll slip stitch, and this is our fourth one. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, then we'll have our second double crochet, our third double crochet, and our fourth double crochet. Now with this decrease, all you have to do is just slip stitch in the last one and then turn your work. That's it. You don't have to do any additional, and as you can see, this will show how it will start squaring out for you. So we'll wrap this work around, and so we're going to start row 20, and we need three white blocks. And again, you can chain if you like 3 and then slip stitch in that top post. I like to slip stitch up to that point, and I'll slip stitch right here and then work 3, and we'll have our first double crochet, our second double crochet, and our third double crochet. And then we'll have our second block, and we'll have our second double crochet, our third double crochet, and our fourth double crochet. And then we have our third block, chain 3, second double crochet, third double crochet, and the fourth double crochet. Now if we take a look here, we'll see that up here at the top that we have our 18, which is this corner right here, 19, and this is 20. And we have our 3 blocks down, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need 10 green blocks. So working back down the other side, we need our 10 green blocks. So we have our chain 3, I'll tighten it up a little bit, second double crochet, third and fourth double crochet, for completing our first block. And we'll continue on down until we have our 10. To the side, move this over. This is our third block. And sometimes I have to watch my tension, because sometimes I can be a little tighter, sometimes I can be a little looser, depending on I don't know, sometimes it can be I'm anxious to see what it's gonna look like, or I might have a lot on my mind and not really paying attention to my tension. And then too, it all depends on the hook size that you're using. If you want it a little looser, you just go up a hook size or two, depending on how loose you would like for it to be. If you want it tighter, you go down a hook size. Now we already have 5. This one is number 6. And this is 7. Seven. And making sure you have 4 double crochets in each block. This is number 8. Number 8. And this one's number 9. And this one is number 10. So we're making sure that we have 10 blocks. So if we lay our work down, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we should actually have 4 blocks left, because we're decreasing, we're not adding on. This is correct. And if you also think about as well, whenever you're decreasing, you're losing a block. So this is 13, and then 14, 15, and 16. So technically we will have 16 blocks in this row, but we are on row 20. So we're slowly closing it in. And we'll go ahead and put our 3. As you can see, that's 1, 2, and 3. So we have 3 blocks, white blocks to put on or crochet on. So this is our go back. Yeah, this is our second one. third double crochet, and then this is our third block. That's what finish out the row. So 17. So 1, 2, 3, right, and then 1, 2, 3 on the end. So 2, 3, 4, and then we slip stitch into that, and again we are decreasing. So now in row 21 we need 2 white blocks. We'll turn our work, and again you can chain 3 and slip stitch into your top post of the block, or if you want to follow the way that I do it, we slip stitch up the side, just the first 2 stitches, and then in that post or underneath that post, and we go ahead and create our first block. And we need 2 white blocks. So 1, and this is 2, chain 3, and then we'll have a third and a fourth double crochet. Now let's see how many green we will need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 green blocks. So we're slowly filling in the shamrock. So we'll begin with slip stitch with the green yarn. And it's so much easier to work the yarn from the wrong side. That way it's easier to just go ahead and move right along. So this is our first one. And it's fun when you can use other colors to intermingle with certain colors. It's a whole lot of fun. It's just, it will test your skills, definitely. And it will test your patience, especially when the yarn gets tangled up. But the better you get at it, the more fun it is. And it's like, for me, I can't stop. This is just one of my favorite ways of crocheting. We are on our fourth block. I think my idea would be to make different colors of the shamrock and put me together maybe 16, maybe do about 16 different colors of the shamrock, and put me a blanket together. That sounds awesome. Have a lucky blanket, so to speak. That's an idea for me. Get me other colors that I can use, and then sew the squares together and make a beautiful blanket. Make it 4 squares up and 4 squares across. It would be a great lap cover anyway. So keep going here. That says 2, 4, 6. That's 7, and then 8, 8, and 9, ninth block, and then we have 10, and then one more after this one, 11. Now always remember, whenever you are decreasing, you're going to have more blocks remaining than what you're going to use. And in this case, at the end of this, once we get up here, we need 2 white blocks. We have 3 white blocks remain, so that is correct. You'll have more blocks left when you're decreasing, because you'll need to count for what you need at the top. And at the top, I need 2 white blocks. And so with the 2 white blocks, I'm going to go ahead and do these 2. So we'll have the first one, and this is, then we will go to the second one, and when you do your chain 3, you have 3 more double crochets. You're going to put in that post, 1, 2, and 3, and slip stitch to the end of that. And so you have completed row 21. And as you can see, that it's slowly coming together. If you look at the 3 here, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and as we get ready to start row 22, we will need 2 white blocks. So we will go ahead and slip stitch, and again, you can chain. I like to slip stitch, but you can chain it if you're more comfortable with doing it that way. And we'll chain 3. And we'll have the 4 double crochets. That's our first one. And then this is our second one here, right here. And so we'll have 2 white blocks. Now we need to go to our green. Green will show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we need 10 white blocks. I mean green blocks, I'm sorry. 10 green blocks. So we're going to go, and I'm going to actually, so this doesn't be an obstacle in the way, I'm going to go ahead and snip this. This was extra string that I had on another row, and I'll just set that to the side. I can actually probably use that for my border. So we'll go ahead and we're going to chain 3, and we'll we need to make 10 blocks. This is our second one. And it's double crochet, slip stitch, chain 3, and double crochet 3 in each box. And you'll find out decreasing is going to work out a whole lot faster. You'll feel like you're moving faster, but when you take a box off each row, it makes a big difference. Okay, so 3, and this is our fourth one. Chain 3, and this is our fifth one. This is 5. This is 6 right here. And we have a second, third double crochet, our fourth one. We have 6, and this is our seventh one. Chain 3, and chain only 2 there, 3, and then a double crochet. And we have our seventh one, 3, 6, 7. This is number 8. 8. Let me do that a little tighter. That looks a little loose there. So draw this a little tighter. And then 9. Then 10. And chain the 3, and then 3 additional double crochets. And as I don't want anybody panicking, but you have 3 boxes left, which is correct, because when you get through, you need 2 white blocks to end row 22. So we'll go ahead and do those 2 white blocks. So we have first block, and then the second block, and then we slip stitch, and that will end row 22. Now Row 23, we'll start out, row 23, we'll start out with 3 white blocks. So we'll turn our work, because we're not adding on, we are reducing. So I'm going to slip stitch up to the top post here, and then chain my 3, and I'll make sure I have myself 3 white blocks. 1, 2, and 3. So we have 4 double crochet in that one, slip stitch. I believe this is where we're going to probably start incorporating the white in the middle of it here. So we have 2, and then we need 1 more, 3. And now I like to work over the green. That way I'll already have it available to me. That way I don't have to cut. So you just kind of place it over the post and just work right on over it. And it'll be so much easier than cutting and then going back and trying to work it in. You already have it really available to you to work. So we'll have those 3. And then I'll pull this over. Keep it from getting tangled. Now I worked my 3, and I need 1, 2, 3 green. So we'll have 1. Oops, let me do that again. So we'll go ahead and pull that through. So it's 1. Make sure you chain it 3. It's 2, 3, and 4 double crochets. I'll tug on that white a little bit to kind of pull it snug, and we'll have our second green. Threads are splitting apart on me. Let me do that over. Let me go back. I don't like it when it does that. So this is my second one. This is my third one. And then we have our third green block. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, now I need, after I have my 3, I need 1 block, white block. So I will need to actually get me a little extra white. So I'm going to pull out of the skein to have enough for the top and the side of the shamrock. And I'm going to work over my green. And sometimes this can be a little tricky, but it can be worked. I leave a little tail of the white. Just kind of work that on and just pull it on through, slip stitch. It's not gonna thread and keep splitting up on me. 1, 2, 3. And make sure you have both the green and the white. and you have them both underneath that post where you can work them both. That way it can be secured, and it's a lot of less work you have to do whenever you are cleaning it up and threading it through and weaving in ends. So we have that one white block. Now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green blocks. So we'll go ahead and do the first one, slip stitch. 1, 2, 3. Then we'll have 2, 3, 4. That's our first one. And this will be our second block here. And this slip stitch, pull through, chain 3. Making sure that you have those 4 double crochets. It makes for a nice fan effect to me. 3, 4, and we'll have 4 double crochets here, and then we have our 5th one. Now, remember, we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we need 1. So we have 2 blocks left. So that's perfect. You got it right. If you had 2 blocks left and you need only 1 block, make sure you bring that yarn behind on the wrong side of the work. Much easier to work. So we'll go ahead and slip stitch, and we'll do that 3rd and 4th double crochet, and then slip stitch. Go ahead and pull that behind, flip our work over, and as you can see, Shamrock is slowly coming together. Slowly coming together. And this is what I love, because it gives me the feeling of seeing a picture come to life. That's what it reminds me of. So we are going to go to we're going to go ahead and slip stitch. And 1, 2, and 3. And we are needing only 1 white block, as I'm seeing here at the top. So we're working our way back down. And if we're looking at we came up, now we're going back down. 1 white block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll need 8 green blocks. So I'm going to feed that through there, and we'll need 8 green blocks. So we'll go ahead and do our 8. So do our 3, chain a 3, and then our 3 double crochet. And if you're like me, you're getting excited because you can see it coming together. And it is not really what I consider a slow process. I mean, you do have to be patient. Take your time. Don't get in a hurry. Relax. It's all about um, just keeping count and keeping focus on where you are in your graph, making sure that you're going the right direction, making sure that you didn't skip a line. I have had projects where I had skipped a line or two, but I made it work because it was one of the bigger projects. I made a big baby blanket for a friend of mine, and boy, it was a monstrosity. But she loved it, and I loved doing the blanket for her. But I did get off track, maybe a line or two, so I had to go back and recount and see where I went wrong. And it doesn't matter how big or how small the project is, you can get off track. So we want to make sure that we're on the right side. As you can see, we're going over that white block that we just put in to the pattern. So we have 5, and then this is 6, and I'm just working over the tail end or the white yarn. That way later I don't have to worry about working it in so much. So I'll just work over it just to secure it. And then I'll tuck it to the side and keep going. So we'll need 8 of these. So we have 2, 4, 6, and then we have 8 right here. This will be our 8th one. We'll make sure 2, 4, 6, and there's our 8. And we should have 4 blocks left, which we do, 3 white and 1 green. And when we come down and look, we need 3 white blocks. So we'll go ahead and do the 3 white blocks. Yep. 2, 3. There's my first one. This says block number 2. And this is block number 3. So once we do our 4th double crochet in this block, we'll go ahead and slip stitch. And so if we take a look at your work here, you will be able to see that the pattern is coming together. Where we had our one block at the top, we had eight green with our 8 green blocks and then 3 white blocks. So if I did everything according to the schedule, everything should look where we have 2 blocks up here. There we go. I'm sorry if you were able to see it. There we go. A little better. Sorry if it was out of focus there. But it is slowly but surely coming together. So now we're going to go into our next row, which is row 25. Row 25, we need 2 white blocks. Remember, we are decreasing. We're not adding any more rows. We're actually subtracting our rows. And we'll go ahead and do 2 white blocks. 2 white blocks. So we'll have our first block here. My yarn ran away from me. And then our second white block. We're on the wrong side of our work, so remember to put your yarn behind or towards you. Bring it towards you. So it will be on the wrong side, so you'll bring it towards you. Then we'll look at, we need 3 green blocks. So we'll go ahead and work our slip stitch and chain of 3, and then we'll go ahead and work the remaining double crochets that we need for this block. So 1, and this is 2, and then we have number 3, so we'll count up. This is our 4th double crochet. Place our work in behind our work. Now we need 1 white block. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this because this is from actually the skein. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that, and I'm going to just work it directly from the skein. Now you have to remember to go ahead and put your green yarn over the block that you're getting ready to work in, along with the white yarn. That way the green is already on the side that you need without having to cut your work or cut the yarn. It'll be a continual flow. And we have 4 double crochet. Put that white yarn in behind your work, and then we have 3 green. So my yarn is now going to try to work against me, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'll let it be. So we need 3 green. So 1, and we'll have the second one here. Count 3 chains in our second double crochet, third, and our 4th double crochet. Then I'm not going to worry about this yarn. I'm just going to work right on through it, because it will get tangled at times. Nothing is going to be perfect, so please don't get discouraged. And then our third one, and then our 4th double crochet. Now we have 3 green blocks, and we need 2 white blocks. And remember, if you have 3 blocks left on that row, it's correct. It is absolutely correct. Don't panic, don't get upset or anything. It's the way, because you're decreasing, so you're going to have an extra block. Now, the one thing that I like to do, if it'll let me get it kind of unraveled here. Doesn't like me sometimes. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It depends on the day, and it's not too bad. I just want to get to the end of the yarn here, which is right here. There we go. There we go. And we'll go ahead, and I'm just going to take the other end of this yarn instead of cutting it. And I could have just cut it, but I'm not going to do that. I'll just work it from this other end as I go. And I need 2 white blocks. So this is the first one, and I'm going to pull that, and then this is the second one. And we're going to end it right here. I'm hoping that you have been able to see your work come to life for you. If you need to, you can always go back and kind of see what happened, if something got off track for you or what have you, and I usually have to check my work as well. So do not feel intimidated or frustrated or anything of that nature, but look at how far it has come along. I think that is pretty awesome. So we're on the second half of our work. We have just completed row 25, and in our next video we're going to try to go ahead and see if we can finish it up, because the less rows you have, or the less blocks you have, the less work you have to go, which is less time. So when we come back, we will be working on row 26, going back down this way, and hopefully we can just go ahead and finish up the project at that time. But until then, I hope that you enjoyed crocheting with me. I hope that your project is coming along as well, as I'm hoping that you enjoy doing this project. But until next time, this is Kim with Crocheting with Me. I hope that you have a wonderful day.